Hi guys, it's Katie here again from BellaCreativa, and I am back to do the second part of the Satchel Folio that we are creating. So in the first part we put together the folio and we we did all our pages, and I have been going through and doing a bit of embellishing and popping in some inserts and things, so I'll show you that in a bit more detail. So that we've done all of our pages, and so now we need to do some finalising on the front cover to make it look like our satchel. So this was my prototype, looks satchel-y, and that's what we're going to do on this one today. So let's go ahead and do that. So I've got my little booklet here, and a PDF of this little booklet comes with the SVG file, so you can print this out and refer to this as you go along as well if it makes it easier for you. I've printed it out because it makes it easier for me to tell you which pieces I've already cut out and I'm going to use. But I'm also going to put a list of all the pieces that I've used in the description box below, so that you don't have to madly try and remember which pieces I've used or write it down. You can just look in the description box and you'll see which pieces I've used. So the pieces in blue are the pieces that I've cut from cardstock, and in this case I've used black cardstock. And then the pieces that are sitting on top are the pink pieces are the mats, and that's what I cut out of the scrapbook paper that I'm using. So let me start with putting some mats on this guy here. So I've cut two of the mats for the A1 piece. One of those mats is going on the inside here, and one is going on the back side here. So let's just start with the outside ones. So this is my mat, my A1 mat that I've cut out of the scrapbook paper, and that's the pink one here. And then I have cut out two of the B1 mats, and that's these two here, this one and this one. And then I have cut out two of the C1 mats. So one is going on this section here, and then we'll have one on the inside cover as well. So that's one of them. This is the one for the outside cover, and I've got one for the inside cover that I've already cut as well. So that's that one, the C1 mat. And then for these flippy bits here, I've cut out, I think they're right at the back. Yeah, I2. So I've cut out four of the mats for that. So that's these four mats there to go on both sides of our flippy bits. Right, so that's what we'll start with. So we'll just start by putting those mats on, which is nice and easy. So I did have to have a little think about you know, which bits I was going to do first, but so we'll just bumble along, hey? I'm just going to push these underneath for now. So I rounded this corner here. This bit's flipping around too. I rounded these little corners here, so I'm going to do the same with my mat. So I'll just, and obviously this is optional, you don't have to do this. I just think that the corner pieces wear a little bit better, but I like to give you options, so I didn't do that. You might prefer it not to be round. So that's just going to pop on there like so. So let's do that. I've been having lots of fun with this one. It's not such a huge project. It's not like a big 6-page mini album. It's fun. And it doesn't have masses of flips and bits going here and there. Some of the pages are quite simple. They just have little pockets on them. So I'm going to spin this around. I'm sorry. I feel like I make you feel a bit seasick every time I spin it around, but it's the only way I can really see it very well to line my mat up. Okay, So that is that one there, and I've not done a very good job of getting the glue under here. Let's see if I can give it a bit of a burnish. No, I could still do better. That's where my little fine line glue bottle comes in really handy. So I have this little guy here. It used to have a label on it, but the label came off years ago, and I actually bought this to do acrylic painting, you know, to do really fine lines on acrylic paintings and that sort of thing. But in recent years I've just been using it with glue, and it's great for getting under here, under those mats and things when you don't do a very good job of putting enough glue on, like in this instance. So I'm just trying to make sure that mat's sitting down really well. See, in my effort to not put too much glue on, I often don't put enough glue on. But that's okay, we can fix it. There, like that, perfect. Okay, so the one thing about this though is that it has a really fine needle nose, and then you have to try and get this even finer little pin in the nose, and if you don't do it after you've used it, it gets clogged up really easily. So there we go, got it. Okay, so then we can put our mats on here. So I have 4 of those, and I will try and remember to put in the description box where I got this paper collection from, in case you're interested. It's a digital download from Etsy, which I really love using because it means I can print out as many pages of a particular pattern paper that I like, and once I've bought it, I have it forever, which is great because sometimes you can easily match up one set of paper prints with, you know, digital papers with another, or use it again for another project. So I'm a big fan. The other thing is, here in Australia, we can get the same, or some of the same scrapbook paper designs that you get in other parts of the world, but because they have to be imported and come across the seas, it costs a fortune. They cost a fortune. They're really expensive, and then I don't want to cut into them. So I've got this one little pack of Stamperia papers that I love, that I bought, and it was expensive. It wasn't as much as what I would normally pay for a paper pack, but I felt like spoiling myself. Anyway, I'm too scared to use it. It's still sitting there. I mean, I've had it for quite a while now, and it wasn't even a new Stamperia paper line. I think it's the Italia one. I just can't bring myself to use it. I don't know which project it is that I'll finally manage to break it out. It's good though, it's got lots of little tags and things in it, so I really think it would be suitable for an album. It'd probably be really good for something like this, because it's not a huge paper pack. You'd have to mix it up with something else. I don't think you could get a whole project out of it. Anyway, alright, so I'm just going to spin this over so I can do the back side. I could have done this off camera, but I thought, you know, we'll start with a little bit of easy matting. It gets worse from here. No, seriously, the hardest thing about this project is probably attaching the straps. That's what I find anyway. And and not that it's difficult, but to get them where I want them, I had to do a bit of measuring. And one of the reasons that I create SVGs to make these things is because with an SVG, when I design it, I measure everything to make sure it fits. But then I've only had to ever measure once, and I'm so happy about that. Because I find the measuring takes the fun out of my projects. Okay, and this one. Okay. Right, and last one here. So I don't know if I've mentioned in previous videos, but I have created these for electronic cutting machines, these files, so that you can use your electronic cutting machine to make these projects. And as I say, you don't have to do very much measuring. Most of it's been done for you by me, and then you can just, you know, follow along, put it together, make your own design choices about where you would like to place pockets and things like that. And so these videos are just, you know, opportunities for you to see how things go together, not necessarily the only way you can put it together. Alright, so I'm going to put this mat on the back, like so. So we'll just put some glue on here. I feel like I'm blathering a bit this morning. I'm not much of a blatherer on videos. I do watch people though who craft, love watching craft videos on YouTube, and people talk all about their lives and their kids and their pets and their husbands and all of that sort of thing. And I love hearing about it, but I I don't know that everybody wants to hear about my life, which isn't really very exciting, so I don't really say too much. Okay, probably could come over this way, you know, a millimetre, but we'll let that go. Okay, so that's my back. I've missed these bits along here again, so I'll just put some glue along the edge here. And yeah, this could have been this way a little bit more. Never mind. I doubt, it's the back anyway, but I doubt anyone will notice. It's just me being pedantic. Okay, so then all we've got left to do is this top flap here. Let's put those inside now. We can do this top flap here, and I have got the mats for those. So if you were going to use magnets at any stage, then you would need to put those, think about those, where those magnets were going before you started matting. But I have decided not to use any magnets, so I can safely go ahead and put my mats on. So that's this one here. This paper's so pretty. And I missed a bit here. Oh, I can go all the way along. Didn't think it was that bad. Okay. one. And then, whoops, on this side I can put this one. Do I want to do that now? Am I going to put any metal on here? I might just leave that for a minute just in case I want to put some I do want to put some brads in. I've just remembered, so that was lucky. Okay, so let me just put this lid back on here so it doesn't get all clogged up. Oop. There we go. Okay, so we've done that covers. Now the next thing I'm going to do is put my handle on top. So let's get some bits out here that I can show you that we're going to use next. I have cut out one of the D3 handles out of the black cardstock. So that's the blue piece there. I've cut out the black cardstock. Then I've cut out two of the D3 pink mats out of cardstock paper. So this is my handle here. So I've put the mat on both sides just to finish it off nicely. So that one there. And then this D2 piece here, the blue cardstock pieces, I've cut 5 of those out. And I decided not to use the mat for these pieces. This is the straps. Instead, I have embossed mine. I couldn't decide which paper to use on my straps, so I've just gone ahead and embossed mine in my embossing machine. And this is my favourite embossing folder. I think it's a Kaiser Craft one. I've had it for ages, you can tell, because it's it's not flat anymore. And so it's got this damask pattern on it, and this one just happens to be my favourite. So the other thing is it's got a little hole, a little slit in the top here, and I find it's fabulous for when I'm doing my straps for things, because I can just slide it along, run it through, slide it along, pull it through as I need to. So anyway, that's just the one I use, but and it goes in my Big Shot machine, but you can use whatever you like and whatever you've got. So I've got bits everywhere. So I've cut out 5 of those in the blue pieces in this black cardstock. Okay, so we've got those. I'll put that there for now, and we'll come back to that. And then I have also cut out this G5 piece here. It's a little label, I suppose. Now out of the blue piece, the cardstock, I've cut out 3 of them in black, and then I've glued them together, and so I've sandwiched all 3 of those together just to make it pretty sturdy. And then out of the pink and matte here, I've cut just plain white, and I've just backed it on the back there so that I can attach that. So I've got one of those. And then I have cut out 2 of these H4 pockets, and that's also out of the black cardstock, and then I have also matted them just on one side. So that's the H4 pockets. I have 2 of those. So they have already got the score, everything's already got the score lines in them, of course, made by my Cricut. So I've just already folded those on those score lines. And then we just need the flips, I think. I've cut out 2 of the I3 flips, and that's these guys here. I've got 2 of these, and I've cut out 4 of the I3 mats, so I've matted them on both sides on those flips there, so they're ready to go as well. So that's all we need for the front, so let's pop that to the side. Okay, so now what we're talking about is doing a little bit of measuring so that I can get my pockets in the right spot. So, maybe I'll do my handle first, that might help. Should I do my handle? No, let's do the pockets. So, I'm going to refer to my prototype because I found that was quite handy. So I just worked out how far I wanted the pockets from each side, and then pop them on there. So let me just measure the distance. So from the edge of, I don't know if I'm in camera, from the edge of the satchel cover to where my pocket starts is 1.5 centimeters. Now I'm no good at inches. It's just over half an inch. If you just go into Google and search centimeters to inches, it will tell you what these are. Because we're metric here, and I know some people use inches, and I'm not good at inches. Anyway, so it's 1.5 centimeters in from this side, and then from the bottom it is 2 centimeters in. So let's do some little markings here. So from the side it was 1.5 centimeters, so that's there, and it was 2 centimeters from the bottom, so that is 2 centimeters is here. So let me see if I can work out where those lines meet there. So I put a little mark where I'm going to attach my little pocket, and then we can do the same thing on this side. So it was 1.5 centimeters in, and I'll just put a line there. If I could even see that, I think that's it. You can't see it, I know, I apologise. And then 2 centimeters up from that bottom score line is here. Okay, so I've got 2 little markings where I can attach my pockets. So I'm just going to start with doing my bottom tab first, I think. So I'm just going to fold that corner in and put some glue on my bottom tab. Okay, and then I've just folded this tab in so that I can see right where the corner is. And I'll just maybe I should have put a line across here. Hang on, let's just do that so we don't get wonky. So I'm just going to draw a really faint line across here that I can rub out afterwards. It's pretty faint because I'm struggling to see that. Where are my lights? Help me out here. Okay. So I am just going to, I might bend them this way in fact. I'm just going to line up that corner with that line like so, and press that down a ways. Okay, so there's one. Oh, see, I've come up a little bit. There we go. And then I'm just going to do the same with this one. So we'll just pull these tabs in, and I'll just put some glue on this tab here. And line this one up in that corner and along that bottom. Where are you? Like that. Okay. I think I'm happy with that. Make sure my little, okay. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Okay, so then these little pockets here, they have a couple of score lines, so they're a little bit like an accordion pocket. So I'm going to bend it in on that fold and then out on the next fold, like so, and then in again on so that the tab is facing in the waist. And I'll do the same with this one. Here, I'll put a little paper clip on here. Okay, so I'm bending it all the way in from that first line and then out on that little line, and then in again on that one, and I'll put a paper clip on there. And I'll grab a couple more paper clips and do the same on this pocket. just folding it in and in like that. And this one in and out and in like that. Put a paper clip on there. Okay, let's see how we've done there. Now, what's going on here? I might need to grab my scissors and just give that a little trim across there. I don't know if it's my folding or what, but it doesn't want to fold over very well. So I'm just going to cut a bit of the excess out of those little corners by just making my tabs a little more angular. If you can see what I'm doing there. And this one. There we go. Might have been my folding. Okay, so then it folds up. That's better, like that. Oh, I might need to take a little bit more out of this one. My scissors aren't up to the job. Come on, scissors. We've made a mess of that. Oh, there we go. How's that? Better. Oh, okay. So now we can just put some glue on these tabs and put our pocket in. Okay, so I'm just going to put some glue on here and some glue on here. Oops. And fold that up and straight down. And then give it a little burnish. And I'm just trying to make sure that it's really stuck down. Got a bit of glue in there now. Okay, and then we can do the same with this one. I don't know if you put anything in these pockets, that's entirely up to you. I just thought they were cute on the front. And that one. And burnish that. Let's move some of this stuff out of the way. And I'm going to flip it over and then I can give it a much better burnish because it's flat on my surface. Like so. Okay, so now we're going to put my little covers on here, and they have the same little folding scenario. So you're just going to fold it in, and then back out, and then back in, back in like that. So then we have the tab facing down towards the tab, and we can put some glue on there. And I'm just going to turn this to the side so I can see. I'm just going to slide this in to my pocket, that bottom tab, like so, and try and slide it down. I can't see. Getting glue everywhere. It's supposed to go in there and there. And that top or bottom, whatever you want to say, fold line should line up with the top of my pocket like so. And then you could either just get my glue mess. See, this is what happens on camera when you're trying to do something neatly. I've got glue everywhere. I think it actually sits better if you sit it up the way, so you've got the the sort of accordion little bit sitting up, and then the flap just comes down like that. I think that sits better like that. So let's just fold in the tab then. I think we don't need to go to all of that extra folding effort. I'm just putting some glue on that tab, and then I'm just going to slide that in. I'm trying to get it in between the tabs from the pocket that we put there, and slide it down and into place. Okay, I think I did better that time. And I'm just going to make sure that's stuck, and then just fold that over like that, and we have some pockets. Fabulous. Now, if I was going to use magnets, then I wouldn't have put this mat here and this mat here, because I would have put the magnet on here and the magnet on here, and then put the mats on top. But I'm going to use some of these Velcro dots. Now these are, you know, from Australia, so if in Australia I got these from Officeworks, and they used to do smaller ones that I loved, but these ones are quite big. These are 16 millimeters, but if you can find smaller ones, I say use the smaller ones. Okay, so I'm going to put my furry dot on here, and a furry dot on here, and then my hooky dot I'm going to put upside down on that one. Try it. Get off my finger. There we go. And the same on this side, like so, and then I'm just going to fold them over like that, and fold them over like that. There we go. Nice. So we can put those away. And then I think we'll do the handle next. So let's flip this over so I can see. We're putting the handle on the scored section like this. You can see that handle there. Actually, I'll turn it around this way so I can do some measuring again. Okay, so for my handle, I'm going to bring it in 1 centimetre from the edge. I don't know what that is in inches. I have no clue. Okay, so 1 centimetre. And 1 centimetre from there. Okay, so I have 2 little marks there. And all I'm going to do is put some glue on these round sections of my handle, and then glue, line it up between those two, this last score line and the first score line, or the first and the last, I don't know. And the edge of my handle is going to be at that 1 centimetre line. Okay, so let's just do it. And here. Okay, and then I'm going to, I'm centering it there and there, and in line with that 1 centimetre mark. You can tell I'm thinking and concentrating. I'm concentrating because I go quiet. Where's my little mark? There we go. Just like that. Is it pretty even between those two? Yeah, I reckon that'll be fine. Right, I just need to give that a little chance to dry. And wipe up that little bit of glue that's oozing out there. And there. Okay, so let's put that aside to dry. Oh, it's looking so pretty. I love it. It's gorgeous. All right, let's just put that aside to dry for a second. Try not to knock everything over. So while that's drying, let's do some straps. so as I said, I have cut out 5 of the straps. So they look like this. Oh, I've got these little tiger stripes on my thumbnail. I was painting something with black paint the other day and I got it on my thumbnail, and because I'm wearing nail polish, it's stuck solid. So I have to take all my nail polish off to get my little tiger stripe off. But I've kind of grown used to it. I like it. It's the little tiger in me. So anyway, this is my D2 strap piece, and this is what it looks like. And as I say, there is a mat. If you wanted to mat your straps instead of embossing them, you go ahead and do that. So this is one where I've already put 2 of them together. So we're going to put another set of these together. So you can see they have little tabs on them. So what I'm going to do is just open these 2 out. And I'm going to put some glue on this tab, like so, and then just pop this on the underside on here and just line up the edges of my little piece there and stick it down. I'm just going to flip over, make sure I haven't made too much of a gluey mess on that side. Okay, and then we're just going to put some glue along these edges and glue those down. And this is just to make the straps a little bit stronger, and also, I don't know, I think it just makes them look a little bit more finished when they have folded edges instead of cut edges. That's just my opinion though. Okay, so then I'm just going to fold this one down on here and this one down on here. And I'm probably going to need to give it a bit of a burnish to get mine to stick really well. Okay. And I'm going to do the same with this one, and this, where this tab is, it will enclose that tab and make them stick together a bit better. I'll just put some glue on here and on here. And fold those 2 in like so. Give it a burnish. Glue oozing out the edges. Whoops, and I just wiped it all over it. But luckily this stuff seems to sort of come off on you when you rub it with your fingers. Most of the time. Maybe not this time. Okay, and then this last tab here we don't need, so we can trim that one off. I'll use my tiny scissors. I'll just trim that one off, and that can go in the bin. Okay, so then we have 2 long straps and 1 short one. And this one I'm just going to wait for it to dry, and then I will put it in my embossing folder like this. The other thing about when you emboss it, it does make it a little bit more flexible. This one's not so flexible. This one, lovely. Lovely. So anyway, I'll put that one aside, I'll do that one later. Okay, so now let's talk about closures. On this one, I put some buckles on here. So this was my prototype, and I didn't really think a lot about how I was going to attach these buckles. So you could put buckles on, and these ones I actually printed on my 3D printer. And I had real problems with the little prong that goes in there because I had shrunk it down to make it smaller. The prong was really tiny. So I decided I wasn't going to do that this time. I thought I would try something else. So I was at Spotlight and I came across these. And these are like little bib holder things, you know, you slide the piece in here and then clip it down and it holds it. It's got, you know, little teeth. So I thought I might use these. I haven't used them yet. They might look snazzy. So I've got 2 of those, but you can use whatever kind of closure you like. What else could you use? I mean, you could use buttons or anything you like. Okay, so what we need to do is, I'm going to cut this one in half. So I'm just going to simply, this one all by itself, I'm going to cut it in half. So I'm just going to fold it over and cut it in half like this. Excuse me, I'm just going to have a little cough. Okay, I think that's good. So these bits are going to be the bits at the bottom here. These guys here, and on this one I attached the buckles to that bottom section, but I'm not going to for this one. I am just going to turn it in a little bit from the bottom. I think I might even get out my scoring board for this. I've got one somewhere. I've got a tiny little one. Okay, I found my scoreboard. I'm just going to, I think, score 1 inch from the side, from the end, and fold it up like this. So do a little inch there. And I didn't include this in the SVGs because it really depends what kind of closure you're going to use. So that's why I didn't make them smaller and score them for you. And I'm just going to fold that in like so, and this one like so, and I'm just going to glue those into place so they have a nice finish like that. And if I had a bulldog clip handy, here's a big one. Might just put that bulldog clip on there, and then I'll do the same with this one. Fold that up. I didn't fold that very straight, and then I'll just pop that one in here as well. Okay, put those aside. So we have one for each side. Okay, so this is going to be the strap for one side. Okay, and I did make a mistake on this one. I started by attaching it at the back, which is fine, but what happened then is that you could see this join on the front, and I did end up having to cut some off anyway. So maybe I should just measure this, and that might give us a bit of an indication of where we should cut it off. Let's have a look here. So these ones are 30, they're about 40 centimeters long. So let's make these ones 40 centimeters long as well. So from here, let's do it on the underside so I can put a little line there. Right, so that's 30 to there, and then another 10 is 40 to there. Right, so let's trim that off there. I might do that on my cutting board so that I don't mess that up. So I'm just going to cut that off there. We might need to trim it again, but that's okay. And then where that join is now, where is it? Here. We'll put this section on the back, so that join will be on the back. That's my plan. And of course we would do the same with the other one, the other strap as well, but I don't have it with me. Okay, so let's get this going back out again. And what we're going to do is we're going to thread this guy through. Where's that join gone? There it is. Right, so now if I do it like that, the join is right at the back here, it's not at the front. So I think that's a better plan. And I have not given my glue enough time to dry for my handles. They want to come off. Alright, I tell you what, let me just take a little minute and give this a chance to dry. And while that's doing that, I will get the other strap up to speed with this one so that we can do it all together. Alright, so we're back in a minute once my little handle's dried. Okay, so I'm back and I have been waiting for my handle to dry, and in the meantime I went ahead and attached one of my little straps just so I could know what I was doing, and so then I could tell you what I was doing. So I also attached this bottom section here on both of them, and I just used my little corner punch and just went around those little corners there so that they looked a bit neater. And I trimmed it off a little bit, so now this is 7 centimeters long. So it was a little bit longer. I've trimmed a little bit off, I think maybe just a little fraction here. And I did that on both of those, and then I attached them. So what I did was I found the middle point of my pocket. So my pocket's basically 9.5 centimeters, over 3.5 inches wide. I found the center point of that, and then I know that my strap is 1 inch wide. So when I found the center point of my pocket, I just put my 1/2 inch measure point on there, and then marked at the side here, and I knew that's where my strap needed to wedge up against to get it at my halfway point. And then I measured from this edge here to the end of my little satchel here, and it's just about 5 centimeters. And then I flipped over the back and I found that same measurement over here and put a little mark there. So now I can attach my strap. So I did also shorten this strap a little bit because it didn't need to be quite so long. I folded it over 1 inch and glued it down with my little Duvamy attached. And I also found my mark on the top here. I don't know if they're the same, you know. I don't know if I'm measuring the same. Let's see where my marks are. It's hard to see. Okay, I've got a line here, but then I've got some over here, so that's weird. I might need to measure that again. So from the edge to here was 4.8, and this would need to be 4.8, and this is not 4.8. 4.8 would be about here. Oh, there. Is that my center point? Oh, I don't know, I'm confusing myself. I think that might be my edge point there and there. So that mark there and that mark there. So I've got this random line here. I don't know why I put that there. If I could find my eraser, that'd be really good. Let's get rid of that. So basically, the measurement from here to here, I've put from here to here so that my straps will line up. Okay, so then I'm just going to put my strap upside down and line it up on that mark. And then I'm just going to put a line here, and that's where I'm going to put the glue to. Right, so I can put some glue on my strap from that line down the ways. It took me a little bit to figure this out, so I thought it was worthwhile going ahead and doing one so that I didn't bore you to death. Okay, so now I'm lining this up at the bottom. Oh, Maybe don't do it like that. I'm lining this up at the bottom and along that mark and that mark like so. Make sure it's pretty straight, and then I'm just going to press that down and I'll just get that mark off there, that gluey mess. Okay, that seems about right. Okay, and then I can feed this little guy through here. Make sure that's pressed down again. And I've made it so this time those join marks are on this side of my straps and not on the front side, which is the mistake I made with my my prototype. And then I can just attach this little guy on here like this. Like that. Oh, that's so cute. Look at that. This one feels like it might be a little bit longer. Not sure what that's all about, because it looks the same on the back. Anyway, I'm sure it'll be fine. Okay, so that's how I attach my straps. So there is a little bit of measuring involved in that. Now I've got my little doodad here, and I've already gone ahead and found pretty much where I wanted to put it on and just put some little marks here because I'm going to use some brads to attach that. So let's open this up, and I'm just going to use my awl. Where did I put it? Thought I had handily got it out, but maybe I didn't. And I've got a little basket with all the things that I use all the time sitting beside me. Oh yeah, I just got it out. Here it is. Okay, so I'm just going to find those holes. So I just found the center point and decided where I wanted to put it, and this is where it's going. Okay, so then I have some little brads here, and I think I found 2 silver ones, so I'm going to use those. They're the only silver ones I have left, so I need to buy some more. I'm going to put that in there, and then through that hole there, and flatten out those little teeth, like that, and the same on this side, and flatten that out on there. So if I had more brads, I would definitely have put some on the straps, maybe down the bottom here or something like that, but I don't. Okay, so now I can attach this on here, and I don't want to, I'm just still have those bulldog clips just sort of my handle out, so I don't want to take those off for the moment. But I'm just going to put this on here, and I don't feel like I need any other kind of closure. I'm happy with my strap closure. And I really like those little ribbon clip things. I think they're the sort of things that you might have on overalls, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, I found them and I bought them ages ago, and I have never used them, but I'm quite happy with them on here. I think they look good. Of course, you could do anything that you wanted. You don't have to do that. I just wanted to show you how I worked out where my straps were going to go. Okay, so that's that one. So now we can just do our inside covers on the front and the back inside covers, and I have a couple of pieces here that I will show you. So the inside cover is pretty simple. I have just cut out the mat for that, which is this guy here. So that mat was the C1 mat. Okay, so we had one on the front, and now I'm putting one on the inside. And then I'm going to put this little guy on here. Let's get rid of my little note. And this guy is G3. So I've cut that out of black cardstock, G3, and then I have put a matte on top, which is the G3 matte, and I've just attached that. So that one's ready to go. So let's do that, and then we can do the inside back cover. So to start with, I need to find my corner rounder and round a couple of corners here and here. Just put a little ink on those and put some glue on my mat. Okay, and then I can attach my mat. I'm just going to spin it around again. Whoops, sorry about that. Alright, and then I'm just going to put my mat on here like this. Happy with that? Press it down. And that's that one, and then I just want to pop this one on here. So you could put any of the pockets on here really, but I'm going to go with this one. And I feel like that's about right. Should I just go for it and not measure? Famous last words. So I'm just going to put glue around the edges so that we can put some things in those slots. Put some tags and whatnot in there. Okay, so then I'm going to put this about like that, I think. Maybe I'll put it a little bit lower so we can have something. I don't know, maybe I'll line it up in between these two. How about that? Okay, there. Let's stick it down. I need to come in with my glue and get into some of these little spots that I seem to have missed with that mat, but I'll do that in my own time. Okay, so there's my inside front cover. I'm happy with where that's sitting. Feels like it might be a little bit off. Maybe there. Let's try that. Awesome, that'll do. It's maybe a little bit off. I should have just measured it. Okay, so that's my inside front cover, and now we can just flip all of this over and do our inside back cover, which is pretty easy. I have my inside back cover mat, which is this one here. Let's stick that on, shall we? I'll show you in the book which one this is. It's one of the first. I think it might even be A1, the A1 mat. Okay, so we can pop this one straight on. Like there and there. Push it up a little bit, I think. Thank goodness this paper gives you, this glue gives you a little time to get it right. Okay, happy with that. Now this is coming to, I love this paper. Okay, and then, okay, so that was C1. No, it wasn't, it was A1, I think. Yeah, the A1 mat I popped on here. And then I have this B2 pocket here. I've cut one of those out, and then I have cut one of the mats out for that. And so that is this big guy here. So I have a big pocket. So that's the B2. And then I have cut out 3 of these little guys, which I think we've used before. And they are the G1 pockets, so I've cut out 3 of those, and then 3 of the mats to go on top of the G1. Okay, and then that is all we've done. So this guy here, I have used this before. We used it in one of the previous pages as a flip, but this time we're just going to use it as a pocket. So I'm just turning in my tabs, and then I'm just going to put some glue on those guys. That one, and that one, and this one. Okay, I'll get that glue off my thumb. And I'm going to put this guy right here. Line him up, pop him down. So he is the same size as the page, so it's just a little bit smaller than the back cover. So I'm just going to see if I can move him down a little bit. So he's I wanted him to be a little bit more further down, but now I can't make him move. Alright, that's where he's going. That'll be fine. And then all I need to do is attach 3 of these little guys onto there, which is pretty easy. So I've got, I might put this one down the bottom, the flowery one. So I just need to put some glue on these tabs. One, not even going to measure, I'm just going to keep it pretty low. Glue off my finger, and I'm just putting it on there. And then I'll just do the same with these last 2 as well. So that is it for today, and I'm going to go away now and finish doing a little more embellishing and finishing up some inserts to go in here. And when I've done that, I will do a separate video of a flip through so you can see what it looks like at the end. So as I said, these are a set of SVG files, and you can pick these up from my Etsy store, and the link is in the description box below if you'd like to make one of these little satchels yourself. So thanks very much for watching today. I really appreciate it. I would really appreciate it if you subscribe to my channel, gave this video a thumbs up if you liked it. And I would love it if you had a look at some of my other videos and some of the other projects that I've made before. See if there's anything that you would like to try yourself. And otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye!